Oh my gosh, come on in, fellow pop culture aficionado.
Or our moms.
Hi, moms. And join us on the couples couch. We saved you a seat.
We're Tanner and KB Cunningham, a married couple who dish out hilarious banter and spark interesting conversation.
From the wild world of reality TV and the furthest reaches of the internet, we're here to unpack it all. So grab a snack, settle in, and let's explore the fascinating intersectional world of pop culture. Hello, good morning from the couples couch.
Hi, welcome back to the couples couch.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, hump day.
It is hump day, baby. We are halfway through the week. Honestly, I feel like our week is just getting started, but you know what?
What?
Good things are ahead.
Yes, it's all happening, as Sheena Marie would say.
And speaking of Sheena Marie, we did watch her last night. We'll get into more of that later.
Yes.
But as the day starts, is there any little riff or banter that you want to start with? I have one, but I'll wait for you.
Like the rhyme of the day, you mean?
The rhyme of the day. That's where we'll go first.
Okay, perfect. Let's do that.
Okay, let's do that first. All right. The rhyme of the day is 17 years later, they're back on our TV. And 27 years later, she said, "You got to get out of my house, baby."
Oh.
All these clickbait stories today on the Couples Couch podcast.
Yeah. Hi, I'm excited.
I'm excited. I have not read these stories yet, so you're going to get my full take. Tanner compiled these last night when I went to bed. I went to bed at 8:30 last night. I was so tired, just spent from the day.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So I was able to just clickety-clack away and make some stories happen for us today.
And that's honestly, we work a lot like that. I wake up pretty early and I'll start something and then Tanner usually finishes all of those pieces in the evening. So it's a nice teamwork thing. I'm here are all my notes. Here's your honey-do list.
Yeah, it works out well because you have your first one in the morning, then I get my second one at night, and so we get a lot done.
We get so much done, and it's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't read these. I'm excited to talk about them. There's a national holiday today.
Oh, say more. What is the national holiday?
Well, we're basically a women's podcast, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, we support women. We're here for the group. We're here for the girlies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And today is National Break the Glass Ceiling Day.
Love to see it shattered.
Yes, the Break the Glass Ceiling Day, it's often viewed as invisible systemic barriers that keep women underrepresented in communities and from professional development. And the World Economic Forum gender report estimates that it will take an average 135.6 years for women and men to reach parity for the range of factors. Wow.
So 136 years before men and women are technically equal.
Yes. And I think this day, though, it's counted I think today, Glass Ceiling Day is by May is how much money, the length of time it takes for a woman to keep up with her peer that's typically a male's salary.
Oh.
So you've already earned that.
Yeah.
In the first year, we have to do our whole year plus another till May
5
15th.
months and a half. Yeah.
To reach parity or the connective salary. So if you're not advocating for yourself,
you should
advocate for yourself.
Yeah. Please.
Yeah. National Glass Ceiling Day. Why it's important. It's to empower, it's to modernize, and it's to unite.
Yeah.
Happy Glass Ceiling Day.
Celebrate the shattering of that glass ceiling.
Shattered.
Today and every day. Shattered.
And to all the women and folks out there doing amazing things, we see you.
We see you. Oh my goodness. So yesterday I went to the gym without KB, and I also decided while I was there, let me run into Goodwill. Because we had gotten plants. If you listened to yesterday's pod, we got plants. And we had one extra one that didn't have a home. And so I was like, well, where could we get an inexpensive pot for this? So I thought, Goodwill, let's go there.
Absolutely. And I won't interrupt your story too long
please.
as I'm literally doing that right now.
No, love.
But if you're not shopping at Goodwill to look at different wares, thrift stores, there's so much already out there. This is a sustainability podcast as well. Just kidding. We're not extremely sustainable, but we're doing our part in our efforts. And so we buy glassware, we buy home goods, we buy all kinds of stuff at Goodwill because it typically can be loved up. You don't have to have something new every time. Get creative.
No, truly.
Back to your spiel.
Okay, thank you. Back to my spiel. So I was like, okay, I need to go find a little pot for here. Let me pop into Goodwill after the gym and I'll see what's cooking. Get out, find a perfect pot, go to checkout. I have cash, so no card, which is fine.
Look at you, cash is king.
Cash is king. Yeah, we just had it left over from
cash should be
traveling.
Coin.
Yeah, we usually don't have cash, but we did today or that day. And so I get to the checkout and the total is $4 and some change, right?
Okay.
So I have a $5 bill. Now I need to know, did this lady at Goodwill show me Goodwill or no? Because The cash register lady, as soon as I walk up to the thing, I'm like, hi, how are you? You know, like super friendly, trying to just be nice. Doesn't say a word. She's like training a girl, I guess, and they're just like having a conversation, which is fine. Like, I don't care.
You get it. Like, you used to do things like that.
Yeah, I've worked in retail. I've worked like crazy jobs. Like, yeah, you got to have a little sanity with your people, like, and to not have to deal with customers 24/7. I get it. So like, I wasn't offended at all. So I give her the $5 bill, and she asked me, and maybe this is a question they ask all the time because I never pay in cash at Goodwill. She was like, would you like to round up to $5? What would you have said?
No.
Literally. It was like 70 cents. And whenever I did that, her little comrade beside her said, I can tell today's going to be one of those days where I have to smoke cigarettes.
Because you didn't want to round up and support their 501c3 tax write-off for themselves?
Well, I've already donated 70% of the shit in there.
No, literally. We do take a lot to Goodwill. That's wild.
She gave me so much attitude. It's going
to be one of those days.
And like
I
the
didn't
way
know
she
we were
handed it to
supposed to
me
do that.
was so nasty.
Did she even ask you if you wanted a 10-cent bag?
No, she definitely didn't. And then she definitely didn't tell me to have a great day. So I made sure I was like, have a great day. Like, I'm like, oh, you're going to speak to me now.
Oh, I love being that way. There's nothing more to me than being nasty nice when something happened. Oh, I'm going to make you love me. If you talk crap about me, you know what? I'm going to start commenting on every single photo and you're going to see my face.
Every single day.
There's some people that I message on the internet that I know don't like me.
Just for fun.
I'm like, oh my gosh, you look amazing, because I didn't do anything to them. So I love to just grind their gears. When they have to see me, they're like, ugh, and I'm just blowing you up. Kill them with kindness, baby.
I love that. Yeah. So I killed her with kindness. I got out to the car. I thought she shorted me 2 cents. I was like blind with rage. So I almost walked back in the store and I was like, it's not even worth it. And then I found the 2 cents.
Oh, I'm so glad you found your 2 cents.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
Yeah. No, that's so wild. Now, Goodwill is like a partner with the community, things like that. But like, you complaining about me not donating my 70 cents that I technically need right now doesn't mean that I'm ever going to donate in the future either. And also, like, once again, I said this a while ago, but like, yeah, Kroger, Walmart, all those people always ask you to donate. And what are they doing? They're just having you donate to offset their taxes that they owe. So no, I don't donate there typically. If I'm going to donate, I go directly to the website and donate that way. I'm not doing it through your big mega corporation just so you get a tax write-off.
Certainly
now, I know
not.
Goodwill's different, but that's my spiel on it.
Now, speaking of like donations, like this is in the same vein. We also went to, shocking, Dairy Queen the other night. And they have a tip screen now. And I'm just now noticed that they probably have always had it. How do you feel about tipping like fast food workers or like orders that you get to go that aren't delivered to your door? Like you go and physically pick them up yourself.
You know, it depends on the situation for me.
Okay.
So like, I'm thinking about like, okay, you said that. So if something happened with my order and I'm going to pick it up and somebody like rectifies it and they go above and beyond, like, I'm going to give them a tip. But most of the time, I'm not tipping you for doing your regular job that you're being paid $18, $19 an hour to do. I'm not doing that. So like Dairy Queen, that pickup the other night. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not tipping you.
Where does that tip go? Like that tip probably goes into Dairy Queen's pocket. Like if I knew it was going to these children that are working there as like high schoolers or college age students, that's one thing. Like if you're sitting down at a restaurant and you're tipping that individual person, that's one thing. You're not giving money to like this big corporation. But where's that money going to that they're getting these tips from?
No. And I do prefer to tip in cash as much as we can. Like I know at some restaurants, like we can't, like we've just eaten too much. But like a lot of places, if we are going to tip, I prefer to tip in cash because they even do like a processing fee on their tips that waiters have to pay, which is so wild to me. I'm like, companies, pay your people. Right. Pay your people. Ooh, also, like minimum wage here is pretty decent.
Someone that I saw that's in trouble for not paying their people that you showed me. Someone's in trouble not paying their people. Leva, potentially. Did you see that? Or you showed me this.
Yes. Leva is in potentially trouble for not paying her people. And she's actually who I read about she is charging processing fees on all of her tips. Like she's not making tons of money. So this is Leva, Southern Hospitality,
hi, moms.
Southern Charm. And her and her husband, Lamar, own multiple businesses. I'm glad that they are like...
They're kind of like bars, right? Or
restaurants.
They're
bars and restaurants. And honestly, they're like really the only people of color doing it in Charleston.
Yeah, true.
So I want them to be successful, but just treat your people better. Like, treat your people better. They're also making them pay for their costumes and any event that they're working for that. Those things should just be provided at this point. They're waiters. They're not making tons of money. So like I believe in always tipping your waiters. And like we are like 20% tippers. Like that's what we try to like to do. We like to tip our waiters. We like to do that, but I'm not typically tipping at Dairy Queen unless
like
somebody went above and beyond. But like we do, like, you know, tip that, tip your waitress staff, tip your hostesses,
tip your UPS drivers,
No,
like, or not
literally.
drivers, but even if you go into the store, you can tip them. Like, these people are like doing things and making like minimal money that you can give specific money to that they can take. Like, I know, like, I say that sounds kind of weird, but like I used to work in banking, and like if someone gave me money, obviously that's a conflict of interest, so I couldn't receive that.
Right.
I would have to give it back. But like if you work at UPS or you work at like a restaurant and you just go up to like the hostess and tip them a $20 bill because they got you in early or whatever that is, like they can pocket that, and that goes directly to them. And I always feel good about that. When I have questions is like these fast food places, like where are those tips going to?
No,
if they can prove to me
literally.
that they're paying their people with the tips, it's maybe a different story. But until then, not tipping.
No, I agree. I agree. And I do that with Starbucks too. I'm like, okay. Sometimes I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Like if they're really nice and friendly.
Sometimes I'm
or
just
like,
in a great mood. I'm just like, yeah, $5 for my $5 coffee. And
Oh,
I just
yeah.
like, you know, those people just give you great energy at the checkout. And there's just some people that like we really believe are like, they're here giving you all the energy and they're doing all the legwork for their
Yes.
team. We tip those people. So it's like, it is very like situational and those type of things.
For
but
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you were on my side about making this lady count back to me 73 cents at Goodwill.
I
Because I felt like she
cannot.
showed me no goodwill.
She was, that's so wild to me. I'm like, y'all, you cannot be upset with people for not participating in your campaign. We already came to the store.
No. Literally.
We already came to the store. We bought something. We usually go in there and buy multiple things.
Mm-hmm.
We
Or donate.
yeah, there and donate. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's like that. That's my take.
That's
on
my
that.
story
I
from
had
the
another
evening. Or
thing
from the
about this, but I
afternoon.
like forgot as we were going. But yeah, tip
Yeah.
and pay your people.
Definitely.
It's nice of you.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what happened with me yesterday. I had some time. I'm usually with KB. We're usually always together. So like she didn't
We're
get to see
obsessed
that
with each
story.
other.
Yeah, we are. She didn't get to see that story IRL. So it was fun to tell her. I saved it for the pod to get her like actual factual reaction.
No, Tanner came home yesterday. He's like, I have a story to tell you, but I'm not going to tell you till tomorrow. And I was like, okay. And I was like, why? And he was like, I want to get your natural reaction. I'm like, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Because I did had a couple of natural reactions I wish we had on camera,
Yes. I
but
know.
it wasn't, we weren't filming. So, oh well.
Oh well. Oh well. What did you get up to yesterday?
Yesterday, well, I spent a lot of time on the porch. Our flowers are stunning.
Yes.
Just stunning. We spent a lot of time outside. I did a lot of filming and content things. We actually have one of like our first like brand partnerships.
I know.
I'm so excited.
Should we tell? Or wait, we'll save it.
We'll save it. We have a brand partnership. It's with somebody that we wear
I'm
all the
obsessed
time.
with them.
And it's actually like Tanner's favorite childhood
Brand.
So
If you know, you know. IYKYK?
I don't.
IYKYK? I think so.
No. ANTYBB.
Oh,
There's
my
so many
goodness.
people. Actually, that's like a very common Taylor Swift thing, and they're like listing lyrics like LYMYD, and I'm always like, what are they saying? And I'm like, oh yeah, look what you made me do. But like, I'm
Right.
literally always going like that. And I work in special education, so we always have acronyms. Education in
Yeah.
general has a million. Tanner's good at them now, so I'm always
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what's this? And he's like,
Da-da-da.
oh, do they have a blah blah blah? And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, they do. Good job.
Yeah, I'm basically an educator now too.
No, literally. So yeah, that's what I was up to yesterday. We did, we had wedge salads and like,
Our new
we did soups
obsession.
and salads for dinner since Panera literally is not working at all anymore.
No, Panera
And they've
changed their
like
full
canceled
menu.
half of their menu. We're just a soup and salad girlies on our own.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we made wedge salads and like soup with tortellini. It was delicious.
Delicious.
And we watched VPR, baby. So VPR, I'm sure that
I'm
picked
like,
up on my
if-
side.
If you heard that, that indeed was a burp. I did mute the mic because we have fancy mics now. So if you heard it, sorry kids, I tried to mute it.
Man, we watched VPR last night, which was so fun.
It was really good. Well, I would say it was good.
At the end.
And okay, so if you listen to the episode 2 days ago, I gave 3 predictions for Vanderpump Rules season's finale because they had teased us at the reunion because at the finale they had teased us that they were going to show the cast a piece of evidence, a final piece of the puzzle that they had not all seen yet. So they set them all down, and of course we don't get that at all, which was KB's prediction. So kudos to you, babe. You were right.
Woo! We got nothing.
So yeah, we'll probably wait to see what happens with that until episode 3 as predicted. So if you don't know what those predictions are, go back and listen to that episode. Thoughts on what we watched with the reunion part 1 though?
Reunion part 1. The only thing that really gave to me, I feel like we did. Your prediction was that we've seen all of it on TikTok. We did see.
We did
75% of episode 1 on TikTok.
Yep.
Like you could have seen it on Saturday when I was cleaning out my closets, like doing a little work. But the end of it was. The end of it, I just kind of want to talk about the end of it when Lala and Katie get into it with each other.
I agree. I think that's like the only piece of evidence that they entered in as new, aside from TikTok. Wow, that was so
and Lala's been like harping on this for a while of like breaking the fourth wall. It's like her ride or die Heather Gay phrase. Yeah. She's like ride or die, breaking the fourth wall, breaking the fourth wall, breaking the fourth wall. I'm like, how many walls are there to break, sister?
A glass ceiling is what I hear today.
No, literally a glass ceiling, and she is not doing women supporting women antics.
It's true.
It's not giving women supporting women.
There's a special place in hell for women who don't support women.
Yeah, but Lala will be back on my A game in like 2 months. I know it. So
That's
like,
fair.
just go ahead and mark my words now.
So at the end, Lala
Kent outs Katie Maloney's private messages toward her. And she talked about this like on the show. She was like, she was coming at it at first like, Katie, like tell them what you're actually thinking. And then she was just like, no, you called me. You were so upset on the phone. You were frustrated with the fact that Ariana is getting to go to New York. Something about her is at a closing. And like, apparently she, in quotations, blew up on the phone.
Well, and she hadn't paid her rent was the other piece of something about her rent.
Her part of
Ariana had not. Yes. And so she apparently, like you said, had like blown up at Lala. Katie had blown up at Lala via a phone conversation. So again, bravo. Why are we not recording these phone conversations? Like, mic these people up.
No,
please.
and you knew they were going to film that day. So like, have them mic'd up. If we're having these conversations, do that. But I also understand Katie Maloney just venting. I mean,
yeah, of
I
course.
call and vent, and then once I've had some sleep, I feel a lot better about it. But sometimes you just have to get that energy out. You have those boiling points. Like, I've had those plenty. I've had some this week where I just was just like, I just need to go, like, I'm going to go yell in a field. I'll feel so much better. Yeah. And guess what? I went and, like, yelled in a field, and I felt so much better. It's the luxury of Colorado.
Yeah. I just think you're right. And Katie even said something to that effect. She was like, you know, like, I thought you were a friend that I could call and vent to. I guess not. I'll know that going forward with you, Lala. And so I didn't love that Lala tried to create a riff between it. Again, to me, feels like Lala is doing production's bidding. It's like they're trying to create a riff between the group. Like, and honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, all of this season's like promos have just been shattered glass. So it would make a lot of sense to me. Like, yes, I always thought it was just because the group was fractured, but maybe it's just broken completely and we should throw it away and be done with it.
No, literally. And then I saw this morning, actually, no, I'm not going to say that yet. Lala did share that she was upset with Katie because Katie was rude to her before filming because Lala was hanging out with Sheena all the time and everything that happened with Sheena. But since Sheena and Katie have made like amends and like all that had been moved past. Now, Katie did apparently go in her DMs and say something about her kid and taking down her business. Don't come for my business. That's what Lala said. But if your business is strong and sturdy, like there's nothing to come for, Lala.
So true.
Also, her business is her podcast, her makeup line, and like some random stuff she sells on the internet. Now, she does reportedly pay her staff health insurance and all that and a full salary, which is great.
Thank goodness someone's paying their people.
And like we're thankful for that, but like Lala always is just like, come for my business, that's coming for my child. And it's just like it's her security blanket. She said that last year with Schwartz with her Give Them Lala makeup, and he was like blah blah blah, and he was like, don't do that, it's for my kid, which I get. It does support her, but like don't just always throw your daughter in it.
Right. Yeah, no, that's true. But I mean, if I had a kid, frankly, I would be like, you are being nasty to my child, I'll kill you.
No, literally. So I don't know. It's just like, it's a 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Yeah. But what I most have to say is that be a friend. Be a freaking friend. And I know, you are filming reality TV. There's something Katie could have said about it without the full thing. But like, I don't need you to like, why are we talking about this here? Couldn't we have had this conversation somewhere else? Lala knows how to make good TV. Lala's trying to make good TV. Lala is not doing a great job at keeping her friends. And I don't know which is more important. Is it the friendship or the TV? It depends on what your moral code is.
Well, because
it also depends on what your bank account is.
Well, what you're saying, I think, is like, or what I'm thinking by what you're saying is because it wasn't caught on camera by Bravo, like that's bad on Bravo. So like if you want to be a friend to Katie, you should have just not brought it up.
No, literally.
And I think she was doing production's bidding, because last night they painted Brock in a delightful light. Like he has been POE for, is that public enemy number one? I don't know what the acronym for that would be, but anyways, he's been public enemy number one with them since he got on the show. Now that he's like doing their bidding and like playing ball with everyone, and probably, I'm assuming, moving to the Valley with Sheena.
Oh, absolutely.
Just like Lala, they're all just like ganging up on the people that I think they don't like anymore, which is Katie and Ariana.
Which it just baffles me, because why are we all of a sudden giving like Brock, which, you know what, Brock has been like decent this season. He's also said some things that are like really controversial, and he's also said things that were like, I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know if that actually reflects women, or if this just does like production a good choice.
Right.
So yeah, that's like, also when I look at Brock, I just see a 5-year-old with a beard.
Yeah.
Like, I just look at him and I'm like, oh, what a
He's
baby
so
face.
baby-faced,
I feel like I'm arguing with a 6-year-old. So, like, I just don't feel like it's worth it.
Yeah, I'm not giving him any of my energy.
And everybody was actually nice to Brock at the end, too. Even Katie Maloney. So
That's
I'm just like,
saying.
what are y'all doing?
They're painting them in a good light to move them over to the Valley, in my opinion. They're all doing production's bidding, Lala included, Sheena Marie as well, and even James. And I like it, but it's going to make me sad whenever they get rid of Katie and Ariana. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. They will not be back.
No.
But hopefully they have their own things. And I stand by what I said of that. I think Ariana Maddox is above this show.
I agree.
At this point. And hopefully Katie Maloney, she has her own podcast with Nick Vial. She has plenty of things cooking for her. And I hope something about her is a success. It's supposed to open May 22nd.
It is. Some other people that aren't returning, some other reality TV recap news is that Atlanta, the Real Housewives of Atlanta cast has been shaken up for their next upcoming season 16.
That is wild. Well, who do we know is coming back?
Okay, so who we know is not coming back is Candy.
Candy needs a break.
Candy does.
Candy has been leading the Real Housewives basically franchise, especially of Atlanta, for a long time.
Yeah.
She is worldwide.
She is worldwide, and it's time for her to take a break.
But she hasn't given us anything in the last 3 years, so yeah, take a break.
Marlo Hampton is not returning as well.
That makes me so sad. I love Miss Marlo.
So sad. Sonia.
I
don't know how. I don't know her last name.
Sonia Ross.
Sonia Ross.
I called her Sonia.
Sonia.
That's Sonia Morgan.
Yeah.
Sonia Ross. Sorry, Sonia. We love you.
No, we really do love you. And we're sad to see you go. And little Duke, oh my God, he makes me light up.
So
Deuce.
cute.
Lord, I've butchered all their names. So sorry to the Rosses. We apologize.
Yes, we love the
but
Rosses.
yeah, we love
and
the
their
Rosses.
parents. They just brought such a fun element to the show, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, Real Housewives.
And she planned great trips.
She planned a great trip to Jamaica. She's a runner. She's a track star.
And an Olympian. She's a freaking Olympian.
She's an Olympian. We got to see like pieces of her childhood when they took us to Jamaica. She showed us her pregnancy journey and a miscarriage, and she's pregnant again. Yeah. So I hope she chose to take a pause.
Same.
Because I love Sonia.
Yes.
And I love the drama we got with her family. She had multiple family members living with her and dealing with the chaos of that. I could only imagine. And so, yeah, it was just, I love Sonia.
I do too. And I really hope, like you said, this was her choice and she comes back to us. Please, Sonia, we love you.
We love you.
Who's the other person that's leaving? Oh, Sheree. Chateau Sheree.
I thought you said Usher Raymond. And I was like, he's not on the show.
Oh, well, he would like to be probably. He lives in Atlanta, I think.
He does. I saw him outside of a Ross once when I was in Teach for America.
Perfect. He would fit in then. He lives in the what's that called? I don't know. In the area.
Yeah. Buckhead? I don't know. In the greater ATL area.
Yes, he does.
And the two that we are getting back.
Who?
Kenya Moore.
Okay.
Drew Sidora.
I could have done without that.
I could have done without both, but you know what? They're both drama and big headlines, and I do want to see what's happening with Drew's divorce.
That's true.
I
understand.
Last year, there were rumors at the end about her not being with her husband, being with a new woman, what's going on with the kids. Also, Ralph is like a gaslighter, but then we saw confusing things of Drew. Yeah. And I'm like, is it production? Who's getting paid more? What's the bidding? Ralph could put on a skirt and a wig and just join the show because he literally is that messy.
So messy.
So, yeah, that's my thought. And Portia.
Literally the only thing I'm excited for, Portia.
Actually, I think we predicted that she was going to come back or we just talked about it before. Portia Williams she has given us so much TV before, and I love her story arc. I've said it before on the podcast. I don't know where it's at. It's in one of these episodes. It was an
At the
early
beginning,
one.
yeah.
It was an early one, but I love Portia Williams's story arc. We
I
get
do
to
too.
see where she's come from. She was such a kid. Now she's a grown woman. She has kids. She literally is an activist. Yeah, and she's messy and she's funny. Like, she's so many things. She's a full housewife.
She is. Should we talk about another prediction that we also were correct about?
What?
Like, our predictions at this rate, we are better than Dumois.
Go ahead and put a crystal ball in front of me, baby. I used to have a Sabrina crystal ball. Actually, I think it's still in the garage. It is still in the garage. I need to bring that back.
With that.
That should be on the podcast.
It
That
should.
needs to make an appearance.
No, it definitely will. We're going to bring that back next time we go home. But our other prediction that was correct is breaking news. Kyle Richards confirms that ex Mauricio Umansky has moved out of their home. So if you don't know, if you're new here,
Hi.
In episode 16 of this podcast, March 15th, we said it best. Mauricio has to go.
Mauricio has to go. And guess what? He's gone. And apparently, he moved out while Kyle was out of town. It was the way it had to be done.
Yeah, it seems like the agency finally got to doing their job and found him a home.
Oh my gosh. Did he finally get a home where he has 1 million homes already?
Yeah.
And like,
And money's no object.
money's no object. Let me paint a picture for you people if
Please.
you're new here. The Umanskys are made up of Mauricio Umansky and Kyle Richards and their 4 daughters. One of
Gorgeous daughters.
them
Yeah.
is from Kyle's first marriage, but Mauricio is just like a father to her as well. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say they have 4 daughters together.
Yeah.
They are stunning. And there's a show called Buying Beverly Hills. Kyle Richards is also part of like Hilton legacy.
Yes.
Because her sister is Kathy Hilton, and Mauricio and Kyle are also a part of that legacy.
She was also a child actress.
She's also a child actress, and her sister Kim Richards is someone that you definitely saw. Race to Witch Mountain. That movie had me shook as a kid. Okay,
Your face.
shooketh.
Yeah.
Loved it. Now you're like, oh, why does he have to move out? This, that, and the other. You know what? Because he probably cheated, and the man should always move out. Number
Right.
2.
Yeah, for sure.
If you don't understand their level of wealth, is that they rented out SoFi Stadium for a party.
Yeah.
SoFi Stadium. Go and look it up. They rented out all of SoFi to just have their little white party. So you tell me how much money they have. And they own over like 40 something agencies worldwide. So yeah, Mauricio
and he's
can
in the
get out.
business of buying homes. Like,
He can literally
could
get
figure it
out
the
and
next
find
day.
another house.
The next day, I would have had a new home, especially if I'm in the business of buying homes. Like, hello, and money's no object. All right, Kyle, you need some space. Great, I'm going to the beach home in Malibu. See you soon.
No, literally, me gotta go.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And I'm guessing this is all coming out right now because filming just started. So we're going to see like weird boxes around the house, I think. I think we're going to see like remnants of things. I think we're going to see Kyle like dab her eyes, but say it's for the best. Mark my words. Next, how many months do you think we have for this? 9 months from now?
Yeah, probably. It takes turnaround so wild for them.
Yeah. So I would say 9 months from now, that's what we're going to be getting on our TVs.
Yeah.
Mark my words.
Mark my words. Write this down.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Mauricio did go.
Mauricio did go. It only took 10 months after they announced their separation. They announced their separation last July, and they have definitely been living separate lives longer than that. So we'll see what's cooking. And I understand like respect for their girls and things like that. And I loved watching Beverly Hills. I can't wait for the next season. And hopefully Mauricio got the filming of this because Buying Beverly Hills is the one that actually gives us stuff. I don't
really
even need Real Housewives to film this. I need Netflix to film this.
Yes, literally. And I understand, part of me understands because like you mentioned earlier, that level of wealth, like whenever you have to, separate it, that becomes quite a task. So like in some circles, I'm sure it is easier just to remain separated and live your separate lives.
If I had that much money, I don't think I need to separate. I think I can just like live my separate life without you.
For sure.
And
in a mansion somewhere.
Yeah, and do what I want when I want.
Yeah.
And also if I've already had the greatest love of my life, I've already talked about this a million times.
Yeah.
I don't need to get married again or have anything serious. Like once you found someone your heart truly loves, and that it was, you don't need to find love again.
That's true. Yeah, so we'll see.
I don't know if their love was true. That was a movie quote. Something else that's cooking. Actually, I'm just pulled this up right now as I was sitting here.
Tell me.
We got the first picture of Hailey and Justin. We can confirm that they are pregnant.
Oh, I did see this. He was in some lime green shorts. I like them. They were very baggy. And she had her belly out in a crop top, which I loved. I like to see the little.
Love a crop top.
Yeah,
belly
pregnant
moment.
Yeah,
and very
belly.
like Hailey and Justin of them. She's in something super oversized, which I could never wear because she's like the size of my toothpick. But I love her looks
too. Yeah,
yeah,
it's very boxy, but I like it.
So boxy, but she looks amazing in it. I love it. I'm here for his outfit too. I think his shorts are a little long. I think he could. I think Justin Bieber, if you can hear me, you could afford like a 4 to 6 inch short.
Yeah,
I think it would change your little legs' life because you don't got big legs, Shuggy.
No,
you drowning.
He's drowning, but that's just like the look he likes to give, and that's okay too.
Yeah, I could help. He could still wear his oversized shirt.
Yeah,
I just think his shorts should like be a little bit smaller.
I couldn't agree more, but I don't think he'll listen.
It's okay. It's okay to be wrong, Justin. I saw you on your tour with my friend Joan. It was great. Mark my words.
Mark my words. Such a good album. Something that I saw also was that Ellen DeGeneres is going to have a comedy special coming to Netflix.
Do we need it?
Literally what I was going to ask you. Do
you think we need this comedy special? I can go watch 8 million hilarious things from Ellen on TV.
Right. No, Ellen was funny.
Ellen was funny.
Like, my problem with her was always that she liked to prank people. I never really co-signed that message.
I love to prank people, but...
Well, like, scare prank people?
No. I did used to like to jump out at people. I have some videos.
Oh, my gosh. You were the original.
I'm like, ha! I used to do it in high school.
Yeah, no, that's fair, because that's, like, a very high school thing to do. Like,
yeah, like
not as a 40-year-old
set up
woman.
Her camera. And people used to come around Miss Sanderson's wall, and I would just be like, yeah, and like scream jump at them. They're on Facebook. I'll pull them.
Oh, perfect. But again, that's appropriate for the age that you are.
Mm-hmm.
As a 40-year-old woman in the entertainment industry, whenever you're doing this to celebrities, like, I just didn't really find the humor in that. It was like always like weird. Like, do you remember the time she scared Taylor? She almost had a heart attack.
That time she scared Taylor every time she
came on. Like, she fell to the ground like a baby giraffe.
No, literally. And she was like a little baby giraffe with those long legs.
I know. Yeah, so I don't know. I never really understood that from Ellen. And then she, as everyone knows, she got canceled because she preached a message of kindness and allegedly behind the scenes was not so kind. And she does say that she will be addressing that in her comedy special.
I think it's always good to give somebody a chance to come back. She's been away for a few years. Also, Ellen's a little bit older in comedy. How old is she?
Good question.
Like, Ellen's older. So, you know what? I'm like, I said we don't need it, but also there is a lot of representation here.
Right.
Of like, you know, older female comics. We don't usually ever get an older female comic. Like Chelsea Handler's like the oldest one in the group right now, I feel like. So I don't know.
66 is Ellen's age. Yeah, unless they're going to will out Carol Burnett. I mean, who else?
Oh my God, will out Carol Burnett. And can you please revive Lucy? I would love some good Lucy.
Well, I mean, still people that were with us, but yeah, if you could, the spirit of Lucy, like if someone could just like go into her body, that'd be great. But
leave my body.
Yeah, no, I'm like, I don't think that's happening anytime soon. But yeah, if you want to will out Florence and the Machine, now you've got me confused. Carol Burnett, and to give us some age representation, I would like that. But Ellen does have, you know, she represents the LGBTQ community as well.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't think it's going to ever be the first thing on my thing to watch, but right now Bravo isn't giving me anything, so it might end up on my watch list.
And if it's clickbaity enough, I might watch as well.
Or I hope if it's not clickbaity enough, all the things will just be on TikTok and I can scroll. I prefer to get my news in quick clips. Quick clips.
Clip. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably won't watch, but we'll see. Something that I do want to watch though.
What do you want to watch?
Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie are set to reunite for a new reality series at Peacock.
Oh, what are they going to do?
I think it's going to be like The Simple Life 2.0 with babies involved now, which is exciting because, you know, it gives Nicole Richie something to do other than these weird, like, bee things she's been giving us on TikTok, like these dance videos that are bizarre, like she's auditioning to be in The Masked Singer. I don't understand.
Oh my gosh, I do kind of love The Masked Singer.
This is where our Venn diagrams disconnect.
And once again, I only want it on my TikTok clips.
Okay, that's fair.
I do think it's wild to see a ginormous celebrity dressed up in a costume.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking they're sweating their ass off right now.
Yeah.
So that part's funny to me. I'm like,
sure.
haha, you're sweating.
Sweating.
But yeah, we're getting them back.
What?
Richie, I'm trying to see like exactly if I can find any more information on it. But yeah, they're coming back to Peacock together. You know what? It's going to be fun. We've also been seeing Nicole Richie a lot, giving her Nikki Fresh on TikTok. So I'm wondering if she's also been doing that. Paris is doing, right? Yeah. Paris has her tan looks. Paris has everything though. Paris has Paris in Love. Nicole Richie, I think it's about time for her glow up. We saw Sophia, her sister, her half sister. what, it doesn't matter, her sister,
Her sissy.
doing it and completely taking a page out of the rebrand book. And last summer was Sophia's turn, and now it is Nicole's turn.
Nicole, it's your time to shine.
Yeah.
I agree. And it's been so long. It's been like over 17 years since they've been on our screen with The Simple Life. And it just feels good to have like OG reality stars back in our lives. And like, I just pray it's going to be good. I hope it'll be good. And we'll see. Oh, the funny thing that I did see about Paris Hilton on TikTok was with her new Tanlux tanning, whatever it is.
Oh my gosh, yes.
She was holding her new baby, and
The baby looks like me, naturally skin colored.
the baby compared to her beautiful like bronze glowy skin, it looked like a pink cat, like one of those pink naked cats.
I've seen one of those in real life. So scary.
So scary. And she's like, oh my God, can I tie my baby?
And I'm like,
And I'm
kind of
like,
fair.
That's a fair question. Like, bronze that baby up a little.
Bronze that baby up.
Because definitely don't put it in the sun. But I'm like, if the drops are natural, like, I don't see a problem.
I do love some natural drops. Okay.
Same.
I've been using those to tan recently and staying
Tanologist.
out of the sun and tanning bed. And yes, Tanologist tanning drops. Yeah. We don't have a sponsorship from them, but we wish we did.
Clip and use it for a sponsorship later.
Flip and clip.
Yeah, but that's like new things that are coming to our TV. Like we mentioned a couple of episodes ago, we're just like kind of in a dry spell. So if you all are seeing anything, if it's not Baby Reindeer, tell us about it. I just am not going to watch that. I hear weird things about it. I'm not into weird, creepy things like that.
What if there's baby reindeer?
You've not seen this? It's on Netflix. I think it's like about a woman who like stalks someone. That's not for me.
Yeah, I don't need that. I have enough wildness in my own life. I don't need to watch anybody stalking.
Yeah, like
I've already
scary
lived
stuff,
through
like
multiple
murdery
things,
stuff.
like cults and
Literally.
horrible best friends and
Literally.
plenty. I've lived through plenty.
That's on God. But yeah, so that's what's coming. But if you have any suggestions, please drop them. There'll be a comment box for you to leave thoughts. Leave us some TV ideas there as well.
No, we want to hear from them because
Yeah.
we actually, just to give you all perspective, yes, we love a lot of like pop culture TV, a lot of Bravo, reality TV and that, but we're really into documentaries and like
Obsessed with
learning
documentaries.
documentaries.
Yes.
Like there's so much. I'm like, oh, I want to know more about this, or oh, like there's this really cool industry, or oh, on Peacock, we watched this cruise industry documentary and it was so fascinating that like
Right. I don't know that I'll ever go on a
I don't
cruise.
know if I'll ever go on a cruise because like just like the way they like pulled back and like showed us that. So yeah, we love documentaries. We love learning things, and there's that.
What's the last good documentary we watched? I can't even recall. It's been so long. I haven't seen anything good in so long. My eyes are dying for something new.
Honestly, don't know the last great documentary we watched.
Same. So please, give us your suggestions.
Mother God was one.
Oh, that was great.
Let's just list a couple that we have.
See, that was a little creepy, but it's a little different creepy. It's like cult creepy. I can deal with that. If people are murdering people or like stalking people, no thanks.
yeah.
Or like there was like Don't F with Cats. That was something that was really big a few years ago on Netflix. And like it was so bizarre. Like people who watch that should be seen by a doctor.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Yeah.
And we didn't watch The Roast of Tom Brady. That apparently is a documentary.
The Roast?
The Roast is apparently a documentary. I'm like, I didn't think that was a documentary. I think that was just filmed, and people came up and said things.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Well,
So there's a ton of documentaries, and there's a ton coming to Netflix apparently in May. We'll see.
you will see. Well,
We will
Sugar,
see
should
about
we
that.
wrap it up?
Is it time to wrap it up?
I think it is. I
Oh
think
my
we've hit
gosh.
all the stories.
Well, let's wrap it up then. Thank you so much for listening to the Couples Couch podcast, where we give you our daily clickbait culture stories and everything in between. We are Tanner and KB Cunningham. If you are not following us on Instagram or TikTok, please follow us at the Couples Couch podcast. And if you're not following us on YouTube, follow us there. Soon we'll go live again. Brooks is talking in the background, so we're going to cut
He
it
wants
out.
water.
We love you all.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
All the stories too, didn't we?